I see you pressed play on the Sneeze podcast. I have to wonder why. Is there something painfully wrong with you? Is Joe Rogan on vacation? Are you lost on a desert island? Maybe you've had a stroke, and you're really trying to call 911. Since you're here, we might as well drop in on James and Pepe and see what they're up to this week.
Sneeze.
With James Whittingham.
I feel like I've been too intense with my podcasting the last few years, that I've put up this wall around me, and I cut people out by being intense.
And you feel like you're stuck behind it, huh? Like maybe all the weirdness that used to flow out so easily is just bouncing back. What do you think built the wall?
Time built the wall. I don't know.
Time sneaky like that, huh? Just stacks up little moments until, boom, you've got a wall.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's holding back your creativity? Or more like it's protecting you from it?
I think that's freaking deep. Protecting me from it? I'd say both.
Both make sense. Like, the wall's keeping out the overwhelm, but also caging in the crazy fun stuff. You think there's a way to poke a few holes in it?
You can help.
Me? Poke at your wall?
Yeah.
I'd probably use, like, a spoon or something. Gently nudge it until something odd leaks through. What if we start by doing something totally random in the podcast? No structure. Just see what spills out.
All right. Okay. I prefer an ice pick to poke the hole in the wall, though. There's a really big gouge it with a ice pick and a jackhammer.
An ice jackhammer. Now we're talking. That's definitely going to make a mess. What if we open the next episode with like 10 minutes of just word salad? No logic, just absolute chaos.
Well, I don't think people would enjoy that.
Fair point. Maybe not 10 minutes of chaos, but what about slipping in moments of randomness?
Give me an example.
In the middle of a normal topic, just drop something absurd. Like how you've been collecting invisible turtles. It could catch people off guard, but still flow with the show.
Again, I think they would put me in a padded room if I did that. It wouldn't be good for me to be in a padded room, lose my freedom if I start talking like that.
Yeah, padded rooms aren't great for podcasting. Or freedom.
Well, they are, though.
Maybe instead of invisible turtles, we ease into it with something quirky but grounded. Like what's the strangest, most oddly specific fact you know? You could weave that in naturally and start cracking the wall bit by bit.
You give me a fact, Pepe. What's the weirdest fact that you know?
Okay, here's one. Did you know wombats poop in cubes? Like actual little square turds. They stack them up to mark their territory. How do you even get a body to do that?
That's really good. I like that. That's nothing short of brilliant, don't you think? I mean, if people pooped in cubes, would we have, so much of an ecological crisis? We could just stack them. And they could be windbreakers, at least windbreakers, if not forts against the enemy. No one's going to want to break through shit.
Totally. You could build entire cities out of these things, and then if anyone tried to invade, they'd be like, nope, not going through that.
I think you need to coat it with something so it doesn't stink and it doesn't cause you disease. But if you could coat it in something, say a shellac, a poop shellac, and have these cubes of poop, oh, man. But, they wouldn't go down toilets easy. We would just have to go to the yard and poop, build our walls. Speaking of walls.
Imagine a world where instead of building materials, you just have to strategically place your daily deposits. What do you think the architectural challenges would be?
Well, first of all, I think people will get sick of brown, too much brown. I've got a beige living room that people get tired of very quickly. Brown furniture and beige walls. I overdid the beige. Feel bad about that?
Beige overload is real. Maybe throw in some bright, quirky stuff to break up the monotony and give your space a little personality.
Can you give me an example of some bright, quirky stuff that I could, spice up a poop wall with?
How about some funky, oversized wall art or neon-colored sculptures? A bright, eccentric rug could really make the space pop and distract from the beige.
I'm picturing a photo or painting collage of white toilets against the brown.
It would definitely make a statement and add a bit of quirky charm to the space.
But you'd
Plus, it might make your beige walls feel a bit more flush with excitement.
Pepe, please. I think there'd be the odd peanut in there, the odd asparagus, the odd thing that you would see and you think, oh, fuck. I was into nuts last year. That's right.
I see.
If you have a cube of your own shit and you've shellacked it with a clear shellac to keep the smell and disease away, but the cube of shit still, you're going to see the stuff that was in your shit that's not turned brown. I mean, if you're eating any fiber at all, any nuts, any things like that would stay there, which you should be, you're going to see them at the edge of the cube, and it's just going to be there for your history. And you're going to rethink your diet, I think.
Yeah, it's like a permanent record of your breakfast decisions.
I wonder if we could breed dogs to poop. If we could, take the gene that makes that animal. What's the animal that poops cubes again?
That's the wombat. If we could somehow transfer that gene to dogs, we'd have perfectly shaped poop for all kinds of practical uses.
Fido.
Imagine walking your dog and seeing perfectly square little gifts left behind.
Well, I think if Fido could stack those cubes like the wombat does, it would be a very neat and tidy way to own a dog. You go to the yard and there's this a stack of cubes, if you will.
Exactly. You'd have a neat little stack instead of a messy pile.
So,
plus, you could have a little poop sculpture garden in your yard.
I think it would make a good flower bed border. Say, what does the wombat do it for again? Why do they poop cubes?
Wombats poop cubes to mark their territory. The cubes don't roll away, which helps them leave their scent in one spot and communicate with other wombats. It's their way of saying, this area is mine.
Okay. That's interesting. Is there any other animals that poop in a weird way?
Definitely. For example, some animals, like the platypus, have really strange and unique excretory processes. Platypus poop is not just odd in shape, but also has its own unique smell. And then there are animals like the giraffe that have very large, but relatively standard-shaped droppings.
For a giraffe, it truly is a drop. Drop a long way, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Giraffe poop has quite a distance to fall.
Let me ask you this. Why is poop brown?
Poop is brown, mainly because of bile. Bile, which is produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder, helps break down fats in your food.
Wombat poop, little brown cubes. They won't roll away, the only that will stay. Whoop, whoop. Wombat poop, whoop, whoop. Wombat poop, whoop, whoop. Wombat poop, whoop,
Well, I've got this news story about the man with the largest penis in the world is 14.2 inches. He claims that he gets faint when he is aroused. And I think that would happen to me. I think that I get faint very easily, and the loss of whatever volume of blood that is, and it's a lot, I would just get excited and collapse.
That's a fascinating and extreme situation.
Anyway, this dude with the largest penis in the world says that he gets the occasional date offer, which is nice because he looks like shit. He looks like hell. But he has to buy special underwear. He has to buy his pants. He got kicked out of yoga class for ostensibly having an erection, which he did not. He was not excited. He was not aroused. He just was, the thing was laying there like a large tube, 14-inch tube.
Something so unusual.
So, Pepe, there's a 23-year-old woman in the UK who says that she's frozen her eggs. She's given up already. She's frozen her eggs because there are no good men. Are there any good men, Pepe?
You know what? There's not that many good men in the world. You and Tom Selleck.
There felt that many good men, not that many men in the world, except Tom Selleck and James Whittingham. Then of course there's that guy with the 14-inch penis. He gets a pass, 'cause of his enormous dick. Oh yeah, he gets a pass. Oh yeah, he gets a pass.
Pepe, give me a weird fact again, will you? What else is weird?
All right. There's a jellyfish called Turritopsis dornii that's basically immortal. When it gets old or injured, it can reverse its aging process and go back to being a baby jellyfish. It's like hitting the ultimate reset button whenever life gets too tough.
Yeah.
Imagine if people could do that. Just turn into babies whenever things got stressful.
Well, I wouldn't want to turn into a baby, but I would like to. 18 would be a good year. Maybe 16. Let's see. When were my erections the firmest?
18 or 16 would be a solid choice. You get all the benefits of youth, but with the wisdom of experience.
Well, then again, I didn't have much experience then, if anything. And it would be kind of awkward trying to work my... Physically, though, I mean, you're not saying you reset the brain. You're just resetting the body, right? The body's going back to being a baby. I could be a baby if I had my brain.
That's right. The idea is resetting just the body while keeping your brain as is. You'd have the mind of an adult, but in a baby's body.
But is that what the jellyfish do?
It would definitely be the awkward physically, but mentally you'd be like a wise old soul in a tiny new package.
Tiny
Imagine the mix of wisdom and baby babble.
No. So is that what jellyfish do, though?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but
it doesn't keep its old experiences, though.
It doesn't.
Just the physical state.
What about, okay, so it would remember its experience, like if this squid over there was a problem, it would remember that?
The jellyfish wouldn't actually remember past experience.
Oh, no.
It's more like it's resetting to a blank slate physically.
Oh.
So if it had problems with a squid before, it wouldn't have any memory of that when it goes back to its juvenile stage.
Well,
It's a fresh start every time.
Yeah, that's good and bad, right? I mean, that could be a good thing to have a fresh start, to forget about things, but, you know, it's really not eternal life if you're going to have to, it's like reincarnation. So reincarnation is real, except you just keep coming back as a jellyfish.
Exactly. It's a bit like reincarnation, but very specific. It's eternal in a way, but not quite the same as living forever with all your memories and experiences.
Yeah.
You'd keep coming back as a jellyfish.
Sure. No, I wouldn't want to come back as a jellyfish. But, I mean, there are worse things, right? What's worse than a jellyfish?
Definitely there are worse things. For instance, coming back as a parasitic worm that lives inside other animals. They don't have the freedom to move around.
No.
And just latch onto a host for survival. Or maybe a botfly larva. It's a living creature that burrows into other animals and feeds on them from the inside.
Oh, gross.
That's gotta be one of the less glamorous existences.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see your point. I've been called a parasitic worm, but I would not want to be one, you know? I think the jellyfish has a good life. You start over again. I find it hard they don't remember anything. Like the whole brain gets rejuvenated. Anyway, beside the point. Give me something else that's strange.
In 2019, researchers found a mysterious, eerie singing glacier in Antarctica. When the ice moves, it creates a sound that resembles singing or even eerie music. It's like nature's own concert. Frozen notes in a glacial symphony.
The world is going to end. It is ending. Help me.
Help me, I'm melting. The world is warming to something you idiot.
Help me.
It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed.
No.
Sometimes when things feel really heavy, talking about it or taking a step back can help.
I'm not overwhelmed. I'm impersonating the goddamn glacier. So there's this jogger that was left bloody, dazed, and crying after getting mauled by a gang of otters. Oh my God. My wife thinks otters are cute.
Otters are usually pretty cute, but they can be quite aggressive if they feel threatened.
Really?
It's surprising to hear about such a severe encounter.
Okay.
Do you think the jogger accidentally came too close to their territory?
Well, let's read the story, shall we? The unidentified victim had reportedly been jogging through a recreation area in another part of the world where I am not, and I can't pronounce it. And she was beset by 8 of the beasts. And accompanying footage shows the water weasel, 8 of them, fleeing the scene after the attack. And she is, why? She looks like an otter. She kind of looks like an otter. Oh, and there they are. There's a whole bunch of them. They're on this street in a parking lot, and they're just like a gang of thugs. But they're otters. They're so cute.
Wow, that's quite a scene.
Listen, the woman was wearing pink running tights and a black shirt, and the victim was transported to a hospital while a wildlife team was dispatched to keep tabs on those otters, which are mean.
It sounds like a chaotic situation. The combination of a peaceful jog and a wild otter attack is pretty surreal.
Mm-hmm. Though maybe she taunted the otters. Have you thought of that? Maybe she was mean to them. Maybe she tortured them, and maybe they said, hey, maybe the otters are getting smart. We don't know that. They could be. Maybe they said, hey, she jogs here every day. Let's get her this time. Let's just, teach her a lesson.
It's possible that otters could develop some sort of grudging behavior if they felt threatened or mistreated. They're definitely smart and resourceful animals.
Ah, Okay, look at this. They are in the same family as honey badgers or wolverines. This is not the first time this has happened in Southeast Asia, which is where this happened. Yeah, they're in the same family. So a Singapore resident in 2021 is hospitalized after getting accosted by a gang of the ferocious water frolickers, which reportedly bit him 26 times in 10 seconds. I actually thought I was going to die. They were trying to kill me. Otters.
Wow, that's really intense. Otters.
So is there a history of them ganging up on people, on victims, for defense? Are they a social creature?
Yes, otters are indeed social creatures. They live in groups and can be quite territorial, especially in Southeast Asia. When threatened, they might band together to defend their territory or young.
Okay.
Their social structure means they can work together in aggressive situations.
Right.
Which might explain those intense encounters.
Uh-huh. All right. Pepe, I'm gonna fly. Good talking to you.
It was great chatting. Take care and have a good flight.
I'm not flying anywhere. Why'd you say that?
Oh, I might have misunderstood. Just meant to say it was nice talking to you. What's up next for you?
I like supper, dinner, a meal. It's the big thing of
Sounds good.
winds up my
Any
day.
special plans for your meal, or are you just going with whatever sounds good?
Well, I don't know.
What's on your mind? Are you deciding between a few options?
Well, I would just like something delicious, but my doctor says I can't eat delicious things anymore.
That's a tough spot to be in. Maybe you could find some healthier alternatives that still feel satisfying.
Yeah.
There are some great recipes out there that can be
Sure.
both delicious and good for you.
No, there's not. My doctor says that too. It's not true. I don't think you're correct on that.
Fair enough. If you want, I can suggest some recipes that might fit within your doctor's advice and still taste great.
All right, give me an example.
How about a quinoa salad with roasted vegetables?
No!
It's packed with flavor and nutrients. You can toss quinoa with roasted peppers, zucchini, and cherry tomatoes. Then add a light vinaigrette. It's tasty and aligns with many dietary guidelines.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Why don't you beat me with a baseball bat with rusty nails in it? No. N-O. What? Give me something else.
How about a sweet potato and black bean bowl?
No. God.
It's flavorful and can be seasoned with things like cumin and paprika. You can top it with avocado and a squeeze of lime.
No.
It's hearty and fits many health recommendations without being boring.
No. Give me something else.
All right, how about a grilled salmon with a lemon dill sauce?
No, I don't like salmon.
It's light, packed with omega-3s.
How about 6-inch pizza? 6-inch thick pizza. How about that? That's what I want.
A 6-inch thick pizza sounds indulgent and delicious. If you're looking for something similar but a bit healthier, you might try a cauliflower crust pizza. It's a bit lighter and still lets you enjoy that pizza vibe with your favorite toppings.
Pizza vibe? I don't want a pizza vibe. I want a pizza.
No.
We'll see you next time.
Well, you're fat. I mean, you can't deny that. You're big tub of goo. You can't just eat whatever you want. You have to do better than that. You're gonna die, James. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die, James. You're gonna die. Maybe by a gang of otters, probably by too much pie. The pizza salads aren't for you, you big fat tub of goo. The otters are coming. Maybe literally, maybe the otters are your arteries, but they're coming. You're gonna die. Everyone dies. Even otters. Fucking otters. I hate otters. Can't you just shoot them? They're so cute. Cute people get shot. Kill the oat-eaters. Smash that like button. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app. James will be back next week. Go forth in peace. Be happy, don't trip. Watch your step, drive safely.